I have no business whatsoever in it. It's completely up to him. But I think on screen as characters, I think WWE are kind of like demoting them slightly when they put them together. They certainly were in those tag matches. So
I don't know who's sitting backstage and whatever, writing the things, and he's in charge, and he's like, you know what I miss? I miss Nikki and John. I wish we had something like that again.
Yeah, that weren't good either. Another chemistry that didn't... well, we know how that ended. And, are they going to go... I suppose the X1's really asking the question, are they going to go Randy and Elizabeth on this? We're going to see a wedding at like some sort of event at WrestleMania or something here, Matt. As this was... I could see it happening, and then like a minute after I get an email again. Buy yourself the wedding ceremony set. Like some arch thing that they'll sell me in a toy shop next day.
Yeah, it could be a way they could hit the little girls market, couldn't they? Sell the wedding equipment and the stuff for the ring to go with your ring.
Yeah, except why do I get the feeling that it'll be Seth standing there and the man walking down being Becky?
Oh, no, imagine they did that.
You know what? We've just given them ideas. Please don't take this literally. That's the problem. We say these things, they come true. So you better be careful here. But thank you, DX1. I'm sure I've wound you up a little bit more there. Interesting name now, the Max Man. Sure he's going. Now this one's a bit left field as well. So was it true Lennox Lewis was going to fight Kurt Angle in 2002? Heard someone on a podcast state there were talks back and forth. The Max Man, I've never heard of this before, but I have. The only thing I've heard, but it weren't 2002, it was like 2003, I think, which was a SummerSlam, is when WWE were in talks with Lewis, and Lewis has confirmed this since on a podcast, that there was talks of having a Brock Lesnar, Lennox Lewis shoot fight, sort of half and half shoot fight, but Lewis wasn't too impressed because they wanted Brock to wear gloves, but Brock didn't want to wear gloves, and with all the insurance stuff, they just didn't basically agree on terms. But Matt, have you ever heard Kurt Angle and Lewis happening in 2002? I'm trying to think of 2002 where this was all about in Kurt Angle's career, but I don't think he'd gone bald by then. But
it's confusing me a little bit. It's like, because back then, I was at school, and it does kind of like remind me of the old playground chat, like, this could happen and whatever. Yeah. So there are sort of like memories of that, but I never actually since then I've not even thought of it. So this is really like jogged my memory, and I'm like, but off the top of my head, no, it's not something I've actually heard details on. That's for sure.
No, me neither. I did look this up, and I have not seen it. I don't know where you heard this from, but you should tell us next time. We'll shame the people that said this. But no, all I've heard is Lennox Lewis and Brock Lesnar was a consideration for SummerSlam 2003. That's all I've heard. And they were just trying to legitimise Brock even more than he was at the time. But they ended up going with a Kurt Angle rematch from WrestleMania instead. But thank you anyway for the question. Now we've got Sarah. Sarah for a question here. I will be. Oh, hang on. I will be at the Brentwood show you're going to. Will you be doing videos that day? If so, I and my friends would like to get in on them. Well, I don't know if we're doing videos as such, like standing there doing videos, but we probably will be doing something, Matt, with a little bit of vlogging or something like we normally do that on a live show. But if you're around and you see us, you're more than welcome to come along. I mean, we'll be posting on Facebook and stuff like that. So I have no idea of the layout at Brentwood, so I could not tell you where we would be at any given time. But if you see us, you're more than welcome to come and say hello. We're always up for that, and we'll get you at least a photo, Matt. I think a photo opportunity is well worth it, and post it on our website. So if you find us, it's like Where's Wally? When we turn up, then we'll give you that. But I can't. But we will be doing videos that day for everybody. Of course, that's the WWE NXT UK show, and it's what's the slogan, Matt? It's your favourite.
Oh no, yeah. What is it, the only way is Essex?
The only way is NXT UK now, Triple H.
I can't believe Triple H just spoke those words. You know, I used to love that guy. He used to be my top guy.
He is now, like you said a few years ago when he turned up with his Shield mat. Everybody's sort of dad, sort of dancing in the middle. That's Triple H. He's become that man now. Okay, regular listener to the show now, of course, the one and only Jimbo, Wrestler Squad number 9. WWE is just becoming very dull again. These numbing days of watching Raw and SmackDown have never got me gripped in the last 4 months. Can you give me any hope on thoughts on your feelings for next year's WrestleMania? Any match you think would be a huge draw, something to get me excited about? Probably not, but thanks anyway, guys. He's got lots of expectations there, isn't he, to pull this off? I've got to be honest with you, Jimbo. Normally, I do have I can kind of give you a few ideas, but like when WrestleMania comes, but I really can't, because I feel like so many matches have been done. There's so much WWE that they've kind of run out of fresh matches that I'm really would like to see, and this is why they end up plucking people out of retirement again, because it's just like it's the only way they can do it. I mean, I would have, to be honest with you, I know it sounds a bit weird, and I do like the way Trish ended because it was in Toronto, but I would have held off one of those sort of matches for the women, but that's not going to be, because I don't really know, unless it's like Ronda and Becky do it properly. I don't know. I've not really got anything in my mind, because with Seth Rollins beating Brock now, it's like it's changed for me. I mean, you probably won't like this, Jimbo, but I suppose some people's perception, Matt, could be a Seth Roman match, but I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. Both baby faces, but what do you think, Matt?
Well, you know, this is like us just throwing out ideas.
Just throwing it out.
What we think would sell. I wouldn't mind seeing Seth versus Daniel Bryan. I think that's got the potential to sell. I think that's because Daniel Bryan's playing a heel role now anyway, but there's still the love there for him from the fans. So I feel like it would be a nice little thing for them to have coming together like that. That would be good. What else would I like to see for fun? Brock Lesnar versus Shane McMahon. Last man standing or something. Hell in the Cell. Yeah, finish him off. No, like they'd make it an Iron Man match. Shane gets in and the win or something at the end of it. Oh no!
10-9 or something.
That one was a joke for everyone, by the way. And in case you didn't get it, I just don't like Shane McMahon. Not in a professional way, just in the ring. I don't like the in the ring way. It's too much.
Bray Wyatt, Matt, any? Because I know a lot of people have been going, what about the Undertaker? But we've seen that, Matt, haven't we? I mean, I don't know. I'm not a massive fan on going back on things. I think I'd rather sort of see, I know Sting's been throwing his name out and about a little bit. I'd rather see that sort of thing than another Bray. Like, if you're going to do that sort of thing, but I don't know. But Bray's got to go over. That's the only thing. I have to state that.
I think to really be interesting, you've got to break someone out of the mid card. Like it's just too structured now. The people in the mid card seem to be stuck there forever now. Just like we say loads of times, like people like Cesaro, but wouldn't that be great? Just to have him have a heavyweight title shot, I'd love it. I mean, I think that would be an incredible WrestleMania story. Yeah,
Matt Riddle and Goldberg. Would it happen, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, there's no sort of box office match. I don't see The Rock showing up next year. I've got to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of rumours about him and Roman, but man, I think that's very unlikely. If I'm honest, John Cena, is he still available? Does he still do matches now, Matt? Do you think? I mean, he keeps saying WrestleMania is his thing, but I mean, WWE don't seem very sort of like we want to give him the best matches anymore, do they? That he's getting thrown sort of other guys like segments with Elias and stuff like that now. So I don't know. John Cena, is that? I mean, it's weird to say about John Cena, but I feel like they miss John Cena a bit as well. But I never thought I'd say that. But now, since he's gone, I feel like they are lacking some star power here.
He'll always be able to walk in and get a match, but why return for a match, like you say, that's like with a mid-card guy? You don't want that, do you? You want higher profile matches, which is what he's there for. That's what he sells. That's why he's called, in quotes, like Big Match John.
Yeah. How about Hulk Hogan, Matt? One more match.
Oh, God, imagine that. That could be John Cena's next one. He could get that one, probably.
Yeah. Well, and let's not forget, Jimbo, you've still got WrestleMania 35.8 to come yet in Saudi Arabia this year, so you never know what you're going to get at that one yet either, because that's always crazy. That's another WrestleMania type thing that goes on there. And then you've got the one after the WrestleMania next year, which seems to always be grandiose. I mean, they're going to like a huge venue for this Crown Jewel thing at the end of the year, so God knows what they're bringing in on that one. So yeah, we'll wait and see. Next question, Sergio. What's this? Who would win in a legit shoot fight between, this is an interesting one, Matt, Brock and Kurt Angle, Bruiser Brody or Harley Race? Also, who do you think are some of the toughest guys in real life? I hear Taker's name a lot. Why? But anyway, thank you, Sergio. It's a unique question there. We don't get asked these sort of things all the time, but Brock and Angle, Matt. I mean, we did hear, of course, Jim Ross has spoke about it many a times, Matt. They did have a legit fight, and a lot of people got a lot of tellings off for it, including Jim Ross, who was the talent relations guys, for letting it happen. But all the guys sort of circled round on the ring to want to watch it, obviously. And well, for most people that say, Matt, Kurt Angle come out on top, surprisingly. He's that good of a mat wrestler back then. It was a bit more before he got all of his injuries. He took Brock down and got him down to the Mat Bowl accounts, and he won that in, let's say, a wrestling amateur style match is what they had. It weren't like a full out brawl, but in terms of wrestling, Kurt Angle got the upper hand. Matt, in a shoot fight, a legit fight, what are we saying, Brock or Angle here? Given that,
it's like you said, like he had him in a sort of structured, here's the rules.
Yeah. But
I feel like without any rules, there's no compromise for a guy of Brock's size and that kind of strength and power that he has. All he has to do is just grab hold of you, and it's over pretty much for anyone. So I've got to go with Brock for probably 99% of people out there alive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bruiser Brody and Harley Race is a tough one. I mean, both guys were incredibly, legitimately tough men outside the ring, so I cannot call that one. I'm not going to call it either, just out of respect to both of them. But let me tell you though, both of them are in, when you ask that question later on about who the toughest guys are, both of them are in that list, easily in that list. What about for you, Matt?
Oh, something really difficult when you say, like, who's the toughest guy is going. I mean, the list could be miles long, couldn't it? I mean, how do you judge it? I mean, you've got people like Triple H who blew their knee out and still finish a match, or you've got Kurt Angle who wrestles with a broken neck, and you've got Mick Foley who used to blow himself up for fun. But, like, where do you draw a line? I think for me, if I'm going to boil it down, I'd say Vader. I think that guy was an absolute unit, and, his strength and his durability and stuff. And his eyeball fell out of his head, and he was like, oh, well, I just stuffed it back in.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, he can go anywhere. I mean, it's a weird thing to say, but even Chris Jericho, this is a guy who had a fight with Goldberg and even stood up to Brock Lesnar once after a Randy Orton fight. Like, literally, so he ain't got no fear either. WWE have had a lot of guys, even our favourite Mr. Charisma, Dan the Beast Severin, Matt. He was there. I mean, Steve Blackman, by all accounts, was no one to mess about with backstage.
Hardcore Holly as well.
Yeah, hardcore, definitely. Funny stories about Steve Blackman, because apparently he wasn't far off of the character he was playing all the time, because he just used to, if he didn't get paid properly or something, like, he'd literally go charging in at anybody, even Vince. And apparently Vince liked it because he stood up to him. But Ken Shamrock, another guy probably not to be messed with back at the day, and no doubt about it, legitimate guys. And obviously you say about the Undertaker, I think the Undertaker, in terms of like the authoritative figure, the respect figure, he's like, we all know when it comes to wrestlers' court, they used to call it, match. Remember that? I don't know if you've heard about that, but
Yeah.
Taker was the judge. He was the guy. And also, I think if anyone was ever in any trouble, in terms of the locker room politics, your Undertaker was the guy most people would go to, and he'd kind of sort it out. So he definitely had that respect. And you can see why, because, he sort of carries himself in that manner. But, the